Hey, what's up, guys? I'm back with yet another contest video. This time I got one for Bubs Comics. He just decided to make a 100 subscriber video, and now he is already at 154 subscribers, so congratulations, Bub. His rules are must be 18. Fortunately, I'm still 34, not 18, so yep. Must be subscribed. Yep, subscribed, so if you guys aren't as well, I recommend subscribing to his channel. Must make a video showing top 5 comics with zeros in the number. So he loves zeros, so I've prepared 5 books with zeros in the number. Link to video, which of course I will do. Every zero earns 1 entry, so that's why these aren't just normal zeros, you'll see. And then the deadline is April 1st, just in case anyone out there wanted to participate. So without further ado, here are my, I guess, top 5. I really kind of just picked 5 at random out of my collection just because I've been trying not to show books twice in my videos. So I've already probably shown most of my top 5, but I just went and picked 5 more that I really like. And actually, I like these covers so much I didn't even realize when I was pulling them out of my collection. I just ended up rebagging them into E. Gerber My Lights 2. So the first book is Deadpool 001, I guess. He said in his rules video that the double O's would count, so there you go, bub. This is a Chris Bachalo variant cover, so I actually have this signed by Brian Posehn and Tony Moore right there, so I don't know the ratio variant on this, but this is the only copy of this specific one I've seen, and I really like it. So I'm very glad to have this. And if you guys haven't read this run, it's from Jerry Duggan and Brian Posehn. It is absolutely hilarious. Like, I've never been a huge Deadpool guy before, but I do recommend this run if you guys are interested in, you know, more current Deadpool type stuff. I think Jerry Duggan's still working on Deadpool, actually. But if you can find the team-up books with him and Brian Posehn, who's a stand-up comedian, I highly recommend it. So that's definitely one of my favorites. Next up, I've got, this thing is a Hulk. Incredible Hulk number 600. This is the Tim Sale variant cover. Actually, I got this signed by Jeff Loeb. So once again, there's your zeros right there. Yeah, once again, that the Loeb and McGinnis run, it seems like the last, I don't know if 6 months to a year, maybe they've really picked up a lot of steam with the Red Hulk run they did. And I think this, you know, Marvel and their wacky renumbering. I think it was the Red Hulk run, which that started #1, and I think this was the follow-up, or maybe it was the other round. Marvel's got me so confused with their numbering and stuff anymore. I've just lost track. But nonetheless, this is part of that Jeff Loeb and Ed McGuinness run, which was also really solid. Who doesn't like Ed McGuinness? And then that Tim Sale variant cover, I hope to get a Tim Sale signature on this next month. We'll see, of course, but as simple as this cover is, I always really liked it. So it is a heavy book. I was kind of surprised to see that the cover on this was only $5. This thing feels like a brick. All right, next up, this is the only one I don't have a signature on. I wish I could. But this is a Phil Jimenez Teen Titans 100 variant cover. So there is your zeros right there for the 100. But yeah, I mean, this cover is one of the best I've ever seen Phil Jimenez do. I mean, this was a part of that whole Jeff Johns run. He did issues 1 through 50 of this Teen Titans run, and I think he might have had a couple pages of this. I can't remember right now, but by this point, I was kind of done with Teen Titans after Johns left around issue 50. If you guys can pick up issues 1 through 50, get the omnibus, get them out of dollar bins, pick them up somehow. One of the best runs of anything ever, basically. But this, they tried to at least get every character that had been featured in issues 1 through 100. And there's my boy Connor Kent right there, at least. That's who I had to look for as soon as I got this. And then, of course, you know, Tim Drake Robin and his incarnations are on there too. But an absolutely beautiful and awesome cover. And like I said, I don't know the ratio on this one either, but luckily I think way back when, 2011 says. So it was right before the new 52 kicked off. I think I got this for $7, so I don't know the value of it now, but it was definitely worth $7 to me. I hope I can find a print or something of this somewhere down the line, because I think this is one of my top favorite covers ever, honestly. It is absolutely awesome. Next up, for Bubs Comics, I had to pick at least one Wolverine book. Wolverine 100 is actually up there on my wall. I didn't want to take it down. I like where it's at up there. It's mounted with mounting squares, so I didn't want to have to get out more mounting squares and rebag and board everything. But I found the next best thing, Wolverine 300, an absolutely awesome Adam Kubert cover. Actually, the time I met Adam Kubert, I was hoping to get a print of this, but I think my buddy bought one, so I decided to be different and get, I think, the Andy Kubert Green Lantern one. I'll show that one day. It's right over there next to me. But I think this is one of the best Adam Kubert covers ever. Just look how angry and just ready to fight Wolverine is. He's filled with bullet holes. Oh, yeah, and I got a Jason Aaron signature on there, too. But, yeah, absolutely awesome cover for Wolverine 300 if you guys haven't checked that out. Yeah, I mean, once again, I know I keep plugging the runs as I'm going here, but Jason Aaron, I think Wolverine was my first exposure to Jason Aaron. There was a lot of good to be had in his stuff too, especially going from Wolverine to Wolverine, the X-Men. There's a lot of good reads in there too. So, like I said, once again, can't recommend this one enough as well. My last book, I had to get some 90s foily flair in there. So for my last book, I picked Wonder Woman 100. I got a Mike Deodato signature right there. And this is part of that whole foil or shiny, whatever series you want to call it. They had a series of post-crisis books in the 90s. They all hit 100 at the same time. So I think it was this one, Green Arrow, Flash, and Superman all hit 100 around the same time. Actually, I've gotten my Flash 100 in that corner over there. So I decided to pick this one so I wouldn't have to take my other one down. I don't know. I think my Green Arrow's in one of the boxes behind me, and I'm sure I've got the Superman somewhere. But yeah, once again, wonderful Mike Deodato Jr. art on this. And I think this is the issue before John Byrne took over Wonder Woman too. So I think this was the last of the Mike Deodato Wonder Woman run they had in the 90s. So like I said, I've always been a sucker for like these 90s variants and that type of stuff. And I think this is one of the first variants I remember ever purchasing, actually. So I definitely had to include this in my top 5 for tonight. But other than that, that's all the books I got for this video. Once again, check out Bubs Comics. I'll, of course, leave his description above, below, wherever it ends up in the grand scheme of things. Other than that, if you liked the video, subscribe, thumbs, all that good stuff like I usually say. And thanks for watching.